Alchemists conceptualized the sun as a symbol of the Trinity. God represented the sun. Christ was the light of the sun, God's fire. And the Holy Spirit was the breath of God, the heat, the spiritus mundi. The sun, the light, and the heat formed the alchemist's Trinity. The mystic and alchemist Robert Fludd saw in alchemy an archetype, that of the redeeming Christ. In Job's parable, he saw how the fire in the earth, which was the central sun of alchemy, drove the first matter through the elements until it became the philosopher's stone. In alchemy, there is a 7-step process to make the philosopher's stone, as was described in the Emerald Tablet, which Sir Isaac Newton translated. The first process is calcination. It represented the sun in the Emerald Tablet, and the second, dissolution, was the moon. To quote, its father is the sun, its mother is the moon. The other 5 steps were dissolution, separation, conjugation, fermentation, distillation, and coagulation. In the lodge, we say that the 3 lesser lights are the sun, moon, and worshipful master. But nowhere in the ritual does the moon play a part. We also talk of King Solomon's temple, which was situated so far north of the ecliptic that the sun and moon, therefore darting their rays from the south, no light was to be expected from the north. I believe the concept of a speculative lodge can be found in an etching called Conjunction, made in 1616 by Stefan Mikkelspracher. Here we see a small palace with a ceiling decorated with the sun and stars, in which a king, holding a flower with 3 blossoms on it, is offering it to a woman who is holding a sword. In the background is an alchemical stove. On the roof of the palace is a phoenix, a symbol of the philosophical Mercury, the combined energies of the sun and the moon. 7 steps lead up to this palace, and each is labeled with one of the stages of the alchemical process. A blindfolded querent is approaching the palace at the same time as another chases a rabbit down a hole, which indicates that he was not succeeding in his studies of alchemy. Behind the palace is a mountain with several people on either slope, each holding emblems such as a flaming heart, a scythe, and a sword. On the summit is winged Mercury. In the sky above the palace is the zodiac, which starts at the left in May with Taurus, which indicated that the great work should start then, probably because the morning frost had abated by then and dew was abundant. Each of the signs of the zodiac has a metal counterpart assigned to it. However, the zodiacal signs in the image are not in order, and all 12 of them are crammed into just 3 quadrants, that is 270 degrees of a circle. Here we have the prototype of a Masonic lodge, as well as the concept of the sun moving across the lodge as it moves through the signs of the zodiac. King Solomon's temple, which was situated north of the ecliptic, the sun and moon therefore darting their rays from the south, no light was to be expected from the north. In astrological terms, the ecliptic is the great circle of the zodiac, along which are located the signs of the zodiac, and the sun makes its apparent way through the heavens and the 12 houses. In the etching Conjunction, the alchemical palace could refer to King Solomon's temple, and the zodiac behind the alchemical palace is not a complete circle, suggesting that there is darkness in the north. Patron saints are normally associated with occupations or professions, so it is interesting that neither of the Saints John have any relation to the building trades. Their importance is in the allegorical connection. The importance of their feast days is that they represent the two solstices, which are the 2 times a year when the sun appears to stand still on the celestial equator. Solstice is made up of sol, which is Latin for sun, and sistere, which is Latin for stop. Summer solstice therefore gives us the longest day of the year, and the winter the shortest. The 2 dates, therefore, are points of extremes, similar to the pillars of Boaz and Jachin, which are the first and last letters of the Pentateuch. So the Holy Saints John help tie in the concept of the sun moving through the lodge, as shown in Mikkelspracher's conjunction. Lodges should face east and the rising sun, but in fact, as most lodges are not purpose-built, they do not. Freemasons in Japan will remember that the second lodge constituted in Japan was the Lodge of the Sun, or Tento-sama Lodge, in Yokohama in 1869. This is a play on words on the fact that Japan is the land of the rising sun, and that the first character of the word Japan in Japanese is, like the Egyptian hieroglyph, the sun. Thank you.